Have you dug your teeth into some puff puff and the first thing that met you was puff puff soaked in oil? Bleh. Or you ate some puff puff and it's not really fried, like half fried, and the inside is still soggy or unfried. Anyway, this is our perfect puff puff mix for your perfect, delicious, irresistible puff puff. Now, if you just stumbled on this video, then you need to check the description box beneath this video for a link to our recipe channel where we shared how to make this perfect puff puff mix. But if you're coming from there, then let's go on a jolly ride and I'll take you on how to make perfect puff puff with so many tips. So let's get started. My name is Susan and I love all things DIY. So for our perfect puff puff, I'm just using 250 grams of puff puff mix and one medium sized whole egg. That's all for the basic puff puff making. Then I'm just pouring this into a bowl and I'm going to add my egg. I'm going to break in my egg. Please don't break your eggs over your bowl so that you don't have eggshells in it. Break it separately away from your bowl and then pour your egg, both the yolk and the white part, into your puff puff mix. And I'm going to mix this up with my fingers. I'm going to be adding water little by little. Another challenge I notice people usually have is, what consistency should my puff puff batter be? Well, you're going to strike a balance between thin and thick. That is, it must be in the middle. It's not too thin and not too thick. If it's too thick, you're going to have a puff puff that the outer body is going to be rough. It's not going to be smooth. It'll be looking more like a buns. That's not puff puff. And the inside will be too thick. While if it's too thin, it's going to be soaking in oil, man, and you don't want that. So you just want it to be, the consistency to be medium, the batter to be medium. It will be dropping slightly once you raise your hand. So the water you'll be adding is little by little. And I'm not using hot water or lukewarm water or warm water. This is just clean, emphasis on clean room temperature water. That is all you need for a basic puff puff making. And this is the consistency you are striving at, you're looking forward to. This consistency that is not too thick and not too thin, medium. I'm going to cover this, just see how it is. I'm going to cover this and leave it to rise, proof, or to double in size for exactly an hour and keep it away from direct sunlight. I'm going to keep this for an hour and then we'll come back. So this is ready. Now look at the bubbles that's made. This means that your puff puff is ready. Now I just kept oil for frying in a pan. I'm deep frying, and this is how I check if my oil is ready. You don't want your oil to be too hot. If it's too hot, the inside of a puff puff is not going to get fried. So this is how I know if my puff puff, if my oil is ready for frying. Is I dip a skewer, you can use toothpick, in the center of my pan with oil, and then you notice little bubbles. That shows that your oil is ready for frying. So this is me just putting my puff puff into my oil and frying. And look at how beautiful it's coming out. Another challenge I notice people usually have is how to mold the puff puff to have this round shape. Now look at how I'm dragging the puff puff, like dragging it against my bowl, and then when I want to put it into my oil, I kind of, as if I want to clean my hands. That's where I cut the puff puff, clean my hands, and then it comes out round and beautiful. You want to use your skewer, or you can use a fork to turn the puff puff so that each sides are golden brown, well fried. Now if your oil is too hot after frying the first round, reduce the heat of your stove or cooking gas, and then repeat adding fresh puff puff batter till you have exhausted the puff puff mix. Now remember to spray a salvage paper or paper towel on a plate or on a tray to drain out excess oil after frying. Also, if you don't have a salvage paper, you can get a steel basket or stainless basket to drain out excess oil after frying. When you remove your puff-puff from your oil, remember to shake off the excess oil. This is how it looks like after frying. Now this puff-puff gave me, this 250 gram gave me 34 pieces of small chop size puff-puff. Now I did this on Saturday. On Sunday morning I still wanted to eat puff-puff, and I made it. This is 500 gram, and this gave me 92 pieces of small chop size puff-puff, and this is me frying outside. This is something you can do any time of the day. After having your puff-puff mix, it's something you can do any time of the day. Now, in case you want to add pepper to your puff-puff mix, wait for it to prove first. Let it prove first before you add your pepper. If you want to go over and make coconut puff-puff, wait for it to prove first before you add your desiccated coconut or thinly grated coconut. Or if you also want to take it to a very classy level, then you can instead of using water to mix a puff-puff batter, use coconut milk. Buy coconut milk from the mall, from the market, and use it. Trust me, it's another level entirely. This puff-puff mix, you can't resist it. Now you need to check the description box beneath this video for a link to our channel where we shared how to make this puff-puff mix. And if you're having events, just make your puff-puff mix and go there and start frying. Mix and start frying. It's as simple as ABC. So if you're yet to subscribe to our channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my simple recipes that I share once every week. Thank you so much for your support. See you next week. Bye bye.